Welcome back, everybody. My name is APredator54, aka Adam, coach in the Chesney Park Slowpokes, and today I bring you the draft analysis for the Sword and Shield division in SDA. This is Season 2. The difference is this season it's one division instead of Sword and one is Shield. It's just together. There's 12 coaches overall, so it's going to be more hyper competitive as far as what the teams are going to be roster wise. We get 115 points for 10 to 11 Mons. I was picked 4. And without further ado, we'll hop on into this. So I was hoping and praying, and I just wanted it to give to me finally. We had a time delay because somebody was on vacation, and where they were had no cell reception. So by the time it finally got to me, I got round 1 Victini for 18 points. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy. I've wanted Victini for so long, and I finally get to use it. This thing gets access to Glaciate, gets access to Fusion Bolt, Fusion Strike, Fusion Flare, Steering Shot that has a 30% chance to burn, gets access to Expanding Force, gets access to Energy Ball, Flame Charge. Fortunately, it doesn't get access to moves like Calm Mind, otherwise this would be a real dangerous threat. But all in all, it's just a 100 in every stat breaker. Access to V-Create is funny because it's a 180 base power fire type move, and you just go burr. And I look forward to using it. All in all, Victini is well worth the points, and we're going to hop on into mod number 2. So it came back to me, all the way back to me, and a round 1 mon that's usually gone within the top 5 was still there. We got Dracovish. This gives me access to Water Absorb, gives me access to Sand Rush, gives me access to Strong Jaw. Fish's Rend is Strong Jaw boosted, double power if you move first. So it hits mons incredibly hard, including grass types. Some can take 50% on switching from Fish's Rend, which is just ridiculous. Having the sand gives me the option to Sand Rush. I can run a sand team if I want to, just run a life orb, physical offense, because I get access to Earthquake, Outrage, Iron Head, get access to Ice Fang, Crunch, Outrage, Draco Meteor. Could even get access to Meteor Beam for a special one, attack boost with the power orb, and access to Scald, which is incredibly interesting. Having access to Leech Life to get recovery back that's strong to boosted is just amazing. Vish was 14 points. And then it came right back to me like moments later, like not even 40 minutes later. I got Excadrill. Might as well make a sand team. Funnily enough, well, I don't want to spoil it, but I might have done the same combo elsewhere as various forms of this team. So, we're going to have some fun. All in all, getting access to Mold Breaker, Sand Rush, and Sand Force, being able to set South Rocks, have Iron Head, Poison Jab. This game has access to Toxic again. All in all, and access to Magnet Rise. You can take my ground immunity, ground weakness away, and now you can't hit me with EQ. Alright, that's nice. So all in all, Excadrill for 14 points was well worth the investment. Gives me potential to decide later on if I want to run Sand, which, spoiler alert, I do. I'm not going to say which league I drafted this in as well, but it's hilarious to have these literally minutes apart from each other be picked in 2 different draft leagues. Like, same on, same timing, around same time frame. But all in all, T-Tar gets access to Rock Pulse, Toxic this gen. Good access to counter again, so you can run Focus Sash counter to do blowback fighting types. Rock Polish allows you to not have to invest in DD. You can run max bulk, get your physical or special attacks off after doing Rock Polish and a weakness policy, and now you're just sitting pretty. Well worth the 12 points this gen. It's higher value in the Terra format because it can get Terra, but back in this gen it's only like 12 points, but it's still a massive threat. Next, let's decide to be hell annoying. I finally got my hands on Togekiss. Serene Grace is funny. It gets Toxic, Will-O-Wisp, Thunder Wave. No, does it get Will-O-Wisp? I'd have to double check. I know I get Flamethrower and Aura Spear to be able to hit Steel types, so I'm good on that part. I think I get Agility and Nasty Plot. I have to double check on Nasty Plot. But access to Tailwind with a weakness policy is still pretty damn good. I am air slashing the things for 60% flinch. There's no covert cloak this gen, so this is definitely going to be interesting. Access to Tri-Attack, Ancient Power, access to Dazzling Gleam, access to Wish and Baton Pass, so I can pass health to my team. All in all, very well worth the 12 points. We are going to hop on into the next one. We took Tangrowth. Alright, we can set Sun and run Chlorophyll. We can run Regen with Rocky Helmet to be abusive to physical teams. Against Urshifu Rapid Strike, this forces protective pads, or else it's to go on a wall and resist. Then swap out on the Urshifu and not have to worry about it later. All in all, Tangrowth is well worth the 10 points. Pretty cheap, I must say. Access to Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, access to Ancient Power, access to Swords Dance and Grassy Glide. That's definitely interesting. Can set Grassy Terrain for itself, then Grassy Glide through everything. All in all, not bad, not bad. Gets access to Knock as well, EQ, gets access to Poison Jab, Power Whip, Leech Seed to be hell annoying. I'll take it. Well worth the 10 points. We'll see what I can do. Next, we got Toxapex. This is pre-nerf Pex, so this is Baneful Bunker, Scald, Knockoff, T-Spikes, Toxapex with Merciless. Have fun. I'm going to set T-Spikes, Spin Block you, prevent you from defogging, and just do Merciless hits. And paired with Tangrowth, now this is a real threat. I'm basically Urshifu waterproof, which is funny. This gives me a resistance to fighting, gives me a resistance to water just like Tangrowth, and a resistance to bug for Tangrowth. And Tangrowth resists the electric type moves for this. All in all, not bad. The synergy on the team is pretty good. I look forward to using Pex. Pex was 13 points compared to its like 10 or 11 in Sword and Shield, so Scarlet and Violet. All in all, we'll see what it can do. It can be incredibly annoying, going to just make people suffer. And might as well get another wall. We got Miltank for 7 points. This has access to Milk Drinks, Thunder Wave, access to Stuff Rocks, I believe. Body Slam with Scrappy, gets access to Sap Sipper to stop my opponent from clicking grass type moves. All in all, pretty good. Access to Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Body Slam, can have a chance to paralyze even ghosts. All in all, pretty damn good. Access to Seismic Toss, access to Power Up Punch. Man, I look forward to using this. But the 50% recover from Milk Drink behind Toxic Spikes is just annoying. And then you add Rocky Helmet Tangrowth in it to just sponge fighting type moves. Oh, yes, I'll take it. Next, we got Vikavolt. This is pre-nerf Vikavolt, so this has Toxic and Roost still. So Roost is 16 PP and Toxic 90% accurate. But Agility, this gen just absolutely smacks. Things are slightly slower than SV, so this allows you to just Agility up, be a sociopath with a Life Orb with Bug Buzz, Thunderbolt, and Energy Ball / Giga Drain. Oh no, actually no, I think it just gets Energy Ball. This even gets Flash Cannon for fairies, which isn't bad. Not bad at all. for 7 points and access to sticky webs for the rest of the team, making it to where I don't have to run sand on Dracovish and just spam Fish's Friend, I'll take it any day. This forces hazard removal, so does the rest of the team. All in all, not bad. Not bad. We got 2 mons left. We ended up taking Drift Bloom. All in all, being able to set Tailwind and with plus Keyberry and just double my speed and provide support for the team is nice. This doesn't have Trick Room like it does in Gen 9 though. But all in all, you can run Seeds for terrain matchups. You can run Calm Mind, Keyberry with Strain Sap, steadily boost yourself with Unburden, and then overwhelm your opponent. All in all, I'll take it. Toxic Thunderwave, Will-O-Wisp, and access to Destiny Bond, plus Strain Step. All in all, very good for the 4-point mana is. And we drafted a DD Female. Silly me forgot that this does not get Trick Room in Gen 8 like it does in Gen 9. So I got this thinking, oh hey, Trick Room for Vikavolt, Terrain for Drift Bloom and Victini, so I can spam Expanding Force. Nah, in the long run, after battling my week 1, unfortunately I decided to drop this. It's going to be replaced by a Musharna. Musharna lets me have access to Forewarn and Trick Room. Forewarn tells me what the highest base power move my opponent has. So if I see anything that could chunk me, like Dark Pulse or Knockoff, well, Musharna knows it needs to leave. But Musharna can run Trick Room with a lot of coverage like Icy Wind, Psyshock, Psychic, Stored Power, Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, you name it. The only thing Musharna is lacking is a fighting type move, so steel types kind of just wall me, but we'll shred those with the rest of the team. But that is the team. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and enjoy, and stay tuned for week number 1 next week when I face off against Ace of Hearts, who has a dual terrain team of Zarude, Bulu, and Coco, Alolan Raichu, as well as other threats. Can we win that one? We'll find out next week. You guys have a good day. Peace.